What is going on, everybody? This is Gabriel Jones giving you a drop of sun any chance I get, and welcome back to another episode. I'm guessing everybody had a really good Thanksgiving this year. I sure know that I did. It was very chill and subdued this year, you know, family spending time with each other, just relaxing in front of the TV. It was awesome. I got to watch the parade and see Lil Jon kick it with all the Toys R Us mascots, which was awesome. And I got to see Huntrix, so that was a blast. Got to see the Packers win, got to see the Bengals win, got to see the Chiefs lose. Perfect trifecta, if you ask me. And of course, I've been gobbling food all weekend long. Turkey, green beans, mashed potatoes, stuffing, cranberry sauce, gravy, you name it. But of course, today we're here to discuss some new music that's come out over the past few weeks, and I'm feeling a different sort of Cornish for today. We're gonna be catching up with a pop singer who hasn't been big in the music scene for the past few years. Plus, we got some brand new singles to talk about, including one from a famous American hip-hop star, plus my artist on the rise. So I think I've done enough chit-chat for the intro. It's time to get right into it and talk about the new music. I hope you're ready to put your food bib away, because the sun is up for the sum up. Today's album review is for an artist that I haven't heard much from in music news lately. We're talking about British vocalist Jessie J and her newest project, Don't Tease Me With a Good Time. The pop diva originated from London, acting in theater and writing hits for various recording artists. In 2010, she dropped her debut single, Do It Like a Dude, which was actually a song originally intended for Rihanna, so little fun fact for you. However, Jessie J truly rose to prominence in America when she released Price Tag, a collab with B.O.B. urging people to not obsess over money. I remember that hit becoming very popular in my high school years. It was back when B.O.B. hadn't lost himself to conspiracy theories. Jessie would continue her success in the early 2010s with Domino and the Diamond Certified Bang Bang. Over the past 10 years, however, she's remained more in the background, not seeing too many flashy moments in the mainstream. This seems like a good time to catch up with Jessie J and see where she's taking her craft now. Hopefully, we really are in for a good time. We'll be getting back to Jessie J in just a few moments, but for now, I want to give you my 4 to blast for this half of November. These are songs that I think could do a lot to shake up the charts or really impress listeners, so you guys should give them a shot once I actually name them. I was pretty amazed by these tunes, and I think you will be as well. So, without further ado, it's time that I give you my 4 to blast. First on deck is Start Over by 5 Seconds of Summer. It's good to see the Australian band come together again for a new project. While I can't say I've been super entertained with the album rollouts, I am very impressed with Start Over. The guys make this a typical breakup song where they think about how close they've become with their partner and how much it would hurt to watch their love melt. I really dig the 80s sound 5SOS is aiming for. It makes you feel as if you're just cruising down the highway at night, watching every streetlight pass you by as you reflect on the romance you once had. What really sells the song, though, is Luke Hemmings. The way he sings his lines with so much longing makes your heart ache along with his. It sort of takes me back to when Young Blood was a hit, considering that Start Over is composed as synth pop. We could use 5 Seconds of Summer to heat up the autumn season, for real. The next song is Middle of the Summer by Lil Baby. One major downside to the 2025 charts is that hip-hop wasn't shining as much as previous years. Of course I see this as a disappointment, because I'm still eager to see guys like Lil Baby score hits, especially if they sound like Middle of the Summer. The song sees the Atlanta rapper celebrating all the success he's obtained over the years, even with all his enemies trying to drag him down. Now, obviously, this isn't exactly revolutionary in rap music, but I am a sucker for hip-hop beats that use trumpet sounds. I can almost see the instrumental being used in sports commercials. Besides, Lil Baby is able to sprinkle in his own personal anecdotes, like how his girlfriend is able to keep him off syrup. While I don't expect Middle of the Summer to reach very high in the Hot 100, I'm sure the song will hit rap fans like wham. Our third song for today is Say My Name in Your Sleep by Maisie Peters. I'm so excited to get to talk about Maisie Peters again! She's come out with Say My Name in Your Sleep, and I am very delighted by it. It's written as a gentle guitar-driven tune that also consists of banjos and timid drums. But don't let this soft sound fool you, because Maisie comes off as petty. She sings about wanting her ex-boyfriend to remember her every moment of his life now that they've parted, even when he's slumbering. This lyrical content isn't anything new for the British performer, but it looks like Maisie added a special ingredient this time around. She actually teamed up with Marcus Mumford to write this song. In fact, you can even hear him provide backup vocals throughout the runtime, so it's no wonder why Say My Name in Your Sleep contains folk elements. I know she's been a hit in the UK, but I beg my American viewers to please, oh please, give Maisie Peters more attention. The last song for the For to Blast is Little House by Rachel Chinouriri. I'll admit that I haven't dug too deep into Rachel Chinouriri's material, but the stuff I have listened to is very impressive, like The Hills. Now she's come out with another emotional tune, and this one is titled Little House. Driven by a single acoustic guitar, Rachel sings about relaxing with a partner in a small house in the countryside, and how they might raise the intimacy to another level. She does a good job at setting the scene, mentioning a single lit candle and the sighting of a beach. It's also cute how Rachel is worried that she might be pushing the romance too hard, but she knows her lover well enough that they can share comfort together. She does a great job at building atmosphere with her gentle voice, faint saxophone, and bass and steel guitar for the outro. Little House is perfect for anyone who possesses strong affection for their significant other and is aiming to create a snuggly evening. Be sure to give all of those songs a listen because trust me, you'll be jamming a lot to them, okay? I especially need Maisie to get big in the United States because boy oh boy have y'all been sleeping on her. But I think with all of that said, we can now return to discussing Jessie J's Don't Tease Me with a Good Time. It's important to know going into this record that Jessie J has been dealing with some life-changing illnesses this past year. She got a diagnosis of early breast cancer back in the summer, but eventually pulled through, thankfully. I find that to be very crucial because you can tell that a central theme of the album is healing. Jessie spends a significant portion of the runtime reflecting on the adventures she's been on during her career, admitting that she's done a lot of growth since her breakout year of 2010. She also takes the time to call out news outlets who spread tasteless gossip about her, which sometimes veered into biphobia. It almost feels as if the album is aimed at people who haven't kept up with her for the past decade. When it comes to the sound, Jessie leans more into soft R&B production, which it seems she's been experimenting with for some time now. She also sprinkles in some party jams, Living My Best Life serving as a great entry, but don't expect too many dominoes from this LP. Easily the most emotional track is her tribute to her late bodyguard Dave, titled I'll Never Know Why, which probably shows Jessie in her most sensitive state ever. Like, you should listen to that for yourselves if there's any highlights. As you can guess, she also makes sure to flex her singing on plenty of tracks. It's pretty astonishing how her piercing vocals can fit nearly any mood. Now, with all of that said, I have to argue that it might have been a wiser choice to jumble the emotional and fun tracks a little bit. I can understand if the idea was to illustrate her journey of overcoming sadness, but if you name your record Don't Tease Me with a Good Time, listeners might be confused when they don't get the fun tracks right away, even if the name does have a rather empowering message, which we learn on I Don't Care. It can be hard to critique an album that you know is very personal to the artist, but in the small likelihood that Jessie does see this, which I don't know if she will, but even then, I want to let her know that I found this to be a very pleasant listen. I definitely know that the heartbeats will feel their chests pounding for her. I would recommend people check out Don't Tease Me with a Good Time if you're curious to see how she's evolved throughout the years. I'll Never Know Why is especially heart-wrenching. Like, you need to have some tissues on standby for that one. I'm glad Jessie J is still putting stuff out because it seems like it's really been good for her mental state. So, to close out this video, I'm gonna give you my artist on the rise for the second half of November. This is an artist that I think could do a lot to shake up the charts and really impress listeners who are visiting them for the first time. So, be sure to look up this name once I'm finished talking about them. I can say for sure that they did a lot to make me say wow. So, without further ado, my artist on the rise for the second half of November is Ocean Tisdall. Ocean Tisdall is a queer artist who originates from Wicklow, Ireland. After moving to London, he began releasing his own material in 2022. Listening to Ocean's discography, I sense an artist who deeply connects with his own emotions, displaying a real sense of vulnerability in his performance. You can really hear a Sam Smith influence in his music, specifically the Love Goes era. Ocean has a new single called Jealous, and he really outdid himself with the songwriting. This song shows him wailing over his boyfriend dumping him and moving on so quickly, finding a new lover to use. He shows resentment for his ex because he wishes he could get over the breakup more easily. It's also worth marveling at the production, which escalates from a simple piano ballad to a big spectacle. If you want a sad boy who captures the heartache of young love, perhaps Ocean Tisdall can fulfill your desires. I feel like America is in need of another Irish sensation, so why not give Ocean Tisdall some streams? I mean, he could work his way up to collaborating with Niall Horan for all we know. But with all that said, we're just about wrapped up here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on another episode of the Sum Up. I had fun with this one. I hope you did as well. We're now veering into the Christmas season, / Hanukkah / Kwanzaa season. So I am looking forward to seeing how we get jolly for this December. There might not be too many big names releasing stuff this month, but I'll be sure to find something to talk about with you guys. In the meantime, if you want to follow me on social media, be sure to check out my Blue Sky, my Twitch, and my TikTok. Links will be in the description. And that's where we are finishing today. My name is Gabriel Jones, and the sun may be setting, but I hope you were able to soak up those drops. Take care.